Oi, na boleh muya.
Oturan saya itu menua, nanti ada bersama oturan naruh tiga. Kemudian sampai mana beli secara kami pun nak tinggal di oturan saya. Saya usaha ini muni lakukan investigasi muni mati ke Australia kira-kira berita. Kalau menurut saya kena boleh seleksi di boleh di mata kibit. Muni menggarap saya kena kami ni pun. Sekarang mana sama ni kalau saya cuma kami ni dah. Kamu sama aku mulu bersama oturan nanti kamu menjual. Kamu sama mulu masa kami bersama merambah di restoran menjual. Yang bunyi masih mati tu bukan sana tempat. Sini kuat sini dia lewat tu bikin tu kan tu lewat kalau tu bimbuli. Bantu ni sini kuat mana masuk lagi na. Unikar bisa kena waktu orang nak lagi nak kamu lepas nak tu game mewit. Yang sini berada ni. Sini tahu tahu kalau sahaja kami nak kami ni kau niklah binasa nak kini nak. Kalau tak kena sahaja kami nak lebih kami nak lebih bici kami sama ibu orang Australia. Mari tu nak kamu lepas kami kena tahu kena bawa. Unikar lebih waktu orang sahaja kini nak kami nak kini. Sekarang sahaja mungkin tu sahaja nak kamu nak. Enak kami nak kini. Bala masih kamu nak. Kalau waktu orang, sangkar masih mati tu dia bunuh. Nonton sah, kawamura.
Nah. Nah, sa dulu bisa cina kamu nak sa bunuh. Kamu nak sa bunuh boleh nonton bunuh. Boleh bisa kubur nonton kamu nak boleh boleh tukar. Boleh bisa boleh pasang kamu nak orang tu kita nak orang boleh balik. Na boleh masih apa? Boleh kali sama tu. Nanti boleh bisa cina kamu nak apa benda. Sa musuh sa cina boleh seleksi pemain tu. Salwa tu cuma yang lapo di Mexico. Jadi Prime Minister. Nak mengurus dunia. Kita nak polis ni semua mati, semua sudah tak cuma nak apa benda. Ini milengi cuma itu masa cuma kamu nak, kalau boleh betulan, kalau bisa cuci ni lah. Nasa boleh nak bina nubi, nasa boleh nabi bandi tak. Angkat sekarang yang untuk kamu nak, mesti nak nabi batulan. Kalau macam tu nak bunuh. Kamu bina satu nama dia sul. Kalau bina satu nabi sini mentak. Kalau dia satu nabi lumai, tu mesti anak kamu. Mana? Hey. May masa surawari kamu nak? Ya, 60 watt.
It's wonderful to be back in Sydney, especially when the weather is nice. As you know, I've come to Australia at the invitation of the Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, for my first official visit to the country. My acceptance of that invitation follows Prime Minister Morrison's own historic visit to Fiji earlier in the year, the first such visit ever made by a sitting Australian Prime Minister. While I realize there's a good deal of attention centered around my upcoming meeting with the Prime Minister, as I said in the Voreqe language, I thought I'd be saving my comments until after I've had the chance to sit down with the Prime Minister personally. But it's safe to say my priority is on extending the new era of redefined and reinvigorated friendship shared by our countries. But you can also bet I'll be holding the Australian government to their promise of easing the import restriction on kava from Fiji. My travel to Australia may be for the purpose of this historic visit, but that's not my focus this evening. Tonight, I'm in Sydney to speak and spend time with each of you. This evening's function was never in our program initially, but because we have time on our hands on this Friday evening, we thought it would be a good opportunity to come together with our Sydney Fijians and share a bowl of grog or maybe a sandwich or two and talk of what's happening back home. There are a few sites more inspiring than a community whose love of country has not been dulled by the years, not the distance that separates them from their homeland. I see that this evening, looking out over this audience. You may all be settled in Sydney, but I know your Fijian pride beats as strongly in your hearts as it does in the hearts of Fijians across our islands today. I know because I've seen the strength of your patriotism firsthand. I've watched your community share in the joy of our national victories and celebrations. I've witnessed you rally to assist our people when the need arises. And I hear the sincerity in your questions and curiosity about Fiji. And I read your comments on social media and your letters in our local papers as you cheer on our sports teams, applaud our nation's progress and share your treasured memories of Fiji. It means a great deal to every Fijian, to me, that you remain so invested in the success of our country, a country that will always be a home for each of you. Those of you who have been back to Fiji recently can attest our country is not what it was 15, 10, or even 5 years ago. Our cities are modernizing, services are becoming more available and more reliable, and our networks of infrastructure are expanding. Consumer choice is expanding. Businesses are growing bigger, and higher paying jobs are being made available. But our progress is most apparent in the ambitions of our people. Young Fijians especially are stepping into an economy where their most ambitious dreams can become a reality. And they are making themselves heard in a democracy where their rights cannot be infringed and their voices cannot be silenced. For years I've been pitching the opportunities up for grabs in Fiji to businesses, to investors, to development organizations, and yes, to you, our diaspora communities. I've urged you and them to take up their role in the great story of Fijian progress, to bet big on Fiji's potential, to build industries through the ingenuity of the Fijian people, and to capitalize on the growth of increasingly dynamic and diversifying economy. Those with the foresight to make savvy investment in our economy are seeing the payoffs, whether through the appreciation of homes and property they've purchased, the gains of ventures they've launched, the expansion of industries they've entered, or the ways they've leveraging the global might of brand Fiji. Now you can continue to watch their success from the sidelines, or you can choose to take part in our growing prosperity. Saying yes to that opportunity has never been easier. Our latest national budget was a landmark budget for Fijian businesses and investors. We've taken a holistic look at what businesses require to do, what they do best. We create jobs for our people and fuel our economic engine. And we've rolled out a range of incentives that cement business confidence in the strong and surging Fijian economy. For decades, some of the biggest hurdles facing businesses and investors in Fiji were the processes. It took to simply get started. That's changing through my government's embrace of the digital revolution, led by a new program we've dubbed Digital Fiji. Under the Digital Fiji umbrella, we've already launched an online Biz Fiji portal. Right now, sitting in all your pockets is a key to accessing the resources you need to start a business or start building in Fiji. You can pull out your phone, open your browser, and head to business-fiji.com. You'll find a user-friendly interface, flowcharts and timetables that spell out exactly what's required in the registration process. Gone will be the days of running around Suva to the different offices or even visiting several different websites just to figure out how to get your new business sorted. The Biz Fiji portal excuse me, gives you all the information you need to turn a bright idea into a brand new Fijian business. And very soon, the Biz Fiji portal will take the entire business registration processes online. But we've done far more than go digital. Our latest national budget identified key areas of our economy ripe for growth, giving businesses every reason to expand into new areas and grow their existing operations. Stamp duty on offshore borrowing has been eliminated. Fiji Airways is upgrading its fleet to consolidate its position and open new markets and dramatically expand import and export cargo capacities. You will have heard that we're getting two new 350s in the next couple of months. New hotels have been granted zero fiscal and excise duty on building materials, with a marketing grant to Tourism Fiji standing strong at a healthy $30 million. Our incentive package for ICTs no longer carries any minimum requirements, and the licensing fee has been removed entirely. Loss carry forward in business has been extended from 4 to 8 years, for all businesses. 100% of employer contribution to FNPF are now tax deductible, and the export income deduction has been extended to rate of 50%. In film, pharmaceuticals, shipping, logistics, warehousing, agriculture, transportation, manufacturing, you name it, we've introduced incentives and concessions that make it easier to do business in Fiji. And that's the story we're going around telling everyone, that Fiji is ready to take you on if you want to start business in Fiji. We're forging innovative new partnerships with industry leaders from around the world, like Australia's very own Aspen Medical, who has recently embarked on a public-private partnership with our Mba and Notoka hospitals that will revolutionize healthcare in Fiji and make more complicated medical treatments and surgeries available at home for the first time in Fijian history. We are supporting businesses to allow for cashless transactions and utilize e-payment gateways to step into the world of digital commerce. The Australian markets have dramatically opened on the back of similar advancements, and any experience in that regard will be invaluable in a rapidly modernizing Fijian marketplace. And this is all in addition to our low corporate and personal tax regimes, our world-class connectivity, and the availability of the most talented and educated Fijian workforce in history. The point is, if you ever had an idea for a business, Fijian business swirling in your head, friends, now is the time to come home. And my delegation is fully equipped to walk you through exactly how to take advantage of these historic levels of opportunity. With me this evening, who will be traveling with me to Canberra, is my Minister for Industry, Trade and Tourism. He is here with me. Here. Minister Pramila, Minister for Foreign Affairs and Defense is also here. And here, Sri Ratu. Watch out for that, man. As is the Assistant Minister for Employment and Industrial Relations. My Permanent Secretary for the Office of the Prime Minister and the Permanent Secretary for Industry and Trade. They're both here. They're all here for you to take your questions and set you up with the right people. So if you have any questions with regard to any of starting of business back home, tonight would be an appropriate time to come up with those questions and issues which my staff can handle for you. We also have staff present from our newly established trade and consulate office here in Sydney. If you don't know the staff, here we go. The lady and the gentleman standing there. I've tasked this office with building out more consistent lines of communication with your community. I know you appreciate updates on what's happening in Fiji. I know you're looking for chances to involve yourselves in the nation's affairs. That doesn't need to wait on my being here. Please pass on the contact details to our team. Tell us who you are and what you're interested in, and we'll keep you abreast of new opportunities and upcoming events. The digital transformation that I talked about earlier, I spoke on earlier, is one of the widest reaching initiatives our government has ever embarked upon. It's seen the launch of the investinfiji.today, investinfiji.today website, and the digitization of our consular service to make life convenient for our Fijians living and working overseas. For those who are considering reclaiming your Fijian citizenship, we've just received our new Fijian e-passports last week. As you know, we now allow Fijians to hold multiple citizenships. The benefits of that offer are now bigger than ever, as these new e-passports allow for seamless, efficient travel in the world's airports and immigration system for our people, while strengthening the security of our own borders as well. This advance has taken us closer to securing equitable visa-free access for Fijians in a number of countries, including here in Australia. I'm always proud to learn about the success you have found in Australia and the lives you've made for yourselves. Your achievements speak to the great talents of our people and the tremendous tenacity of the Fijian spirit. The second phase of Fiji's economic advancement demands we leverage the great strength of Fijian communities at home and overseas, bringing on resources, knowledge, and expertise that spur the continuing growth and modernization of our economy. Join the global companies, join the multilateral institutions, and join your fellow Fijians back home who are all taking advantage of this era of opportunity by pairing your passion for our country with a personal stake in our economy and our future. Once again, thank you for the warmth of your welcome. I look forward to a chance to talanoa. God bless you all.